Grim milestone this week. The number of people who have died from the H1N1 virus or swine flu has now topped 1,000. The World Health Organization puts the total number as of yesterday at 1,154. The virus first came out in April in Mexico and has since spread to every continent. In the U.S., health officials are worried about the upcoming flu season, and our senior medical correspondent Elizabeth Cohen is joining me now to talk a little bit more about this. So you were at this briefing yesterday at the White House with some senior administration officials. What did you learn? I keep thinking about school, too, because for us, the school down here starts on Monday.
Yes, definitely. And I think a lot of people are nervous that their kid's going to be walking into an H1N1 swine flu fest with all these kids together. What I learned at this meeting is that federal officials are concerned that people are going to freak out this flu season. Freak out is my term, not theirs. But they're concerned because swine flu kills young people and pregnant women. This is very different from seasonal flu, where usually the victims are the elderly. So when swine flu season starts in full swing in the fall and the winter, and there are all these news reports about young people dying, students, college students, pregnant women, they're worried that people are really going to panic.
Yeah, well, hopefully that won't be the case and everybody will get the right information they need. But we also want to know, what are the plans to protect everybody?
The number one plan is vaccinations, and they're testing the vaccine right now. And the people who are supposed to get the vaccine, it's a very different list than the regular seasonal flu shot. So let's take a look at the list of people who are first in line, or should be first in line, to get a swine flu shot. Pregnant women, anyone who takes care of a child who is, I'm sorry, I skipped there. Everyone 6 months to 24 years old is supposed to get a swine flu shot. Anyone who takes care of a baby who is under 6 months is supposed to get a swine flu shot, because those babies that young can't get the shot on their own. Also, emergency and healthcare workers should get a swine flu shot, and seniors with health conditions. So not all seniors, but seniors with health conditions. So these 5 groups are supposed to be first in line to get the swine flu shot.
And we have the swine flu shot?
It's not, no, don't have it yet. Don't have it yet. And that's part of the issue, is that things are going to be a little bit, I think, slower than some officials would like. The shot is expected to come out in mid-October at the earliest. That's a best case scenario. You have to get 2 shots. They have to be spaced 3 weeks apart, and you're not fully immune until 2 weeks after the second shot. So if you do the math, these senior administration officials said, we're not really going to have an immune population until December. So it's going to take a while.
And how do they really know that? Because when we talk about things like the flu, there's so many different strains, and are we really certain that this is going to be, as you say, fully, immune?
Well, they're going based on the experience that they've had with seasonal flu. They've been giving regular flu shots for many decades now.
All the strains of it, right?
Well, this one, they've targeted the swine flu shot to swine flu. So I don't think that that's a concern. If the virus doesn't mutate, they've definitely nailed it. And so far it hasn't mutated. Okay. It's killed 1,000 people. It's been in, many countries all around the world, and it hasn't mutated. So they're definitely hoping that it stays that way.
Good. Because I remember in the beginning we talked about, the possibility of that happening, obviously, not really knowing what we're dealing with. Remind us very quickly, swine flu is different from seasonal flu. How?
It's really different in who it attacks. Seasonal flu, you worry about older people. In swine flu, you don't worry so much about older people. You're worried more about younger people. And the reason is, Heidi, this is actually kind of interesting. Old people have an advantage here. It appears that at some point in their lives, they were exposed to some swine flu-like virus that is protecting them now. But for younger people, their bodies are completely vulnerable. Their immune system has never seen this before, and that's why they're dying in higher numbers than older people.
All right. Well, we'll stay on top of it, obviously, with you. Thanks so much. Our senior medical correspondent, Elizabeth Cohen.